Okay, so we had that one stage we couldn't go into at all, which is this one. I think since we got a Waddle Dee unlock, I think he actually will exist here now and can actually help us. Oh, there's the invincibility candy. Yep, this minecart actually exists now. I don't think I need a power for this segment. I just need to follow the prompting and not crash my minecart to death. Whee! Whee! Gotta keep an eye out for crystal shard that I just missed. So I thought I tapped the jump light enough. I did not. So we're probably gonna have to come back for that. That seems like it'd be important. Because the checks here in this game are stage clears and crystal shards. Pretty much only. So missing that means we're missing half the checks in this stage already. Ah! Well, need be, I can always come back for it, I suppose. We'll worry about it later. It's not like that's a hard check to get. I just need to remember that it's there and not miss the jump. Those guys, I think, are supposed to be Cutter, but we don't have Cutter. For those who may not have caught it, Kirby doesn't have half of his abilities still. We have, like, Ice and Stone, and I think that's about it. Now we have Spark, too. But most of the other basic abilities are missing. They're out in the Archipelago somewhere. So a lot of enemies we eat aren't going to do anything, even if they would normally do something. That's been a limiting factor for a lot of this run for Kirby 64 for us so far. I did not expect his snip to block that shot somehow. That was a thing. Yes, I know Kirby's almost dead. It's fine. Nothing can kill the Kirby. Kirby is immortal. Ooh, I almost didn't notice that cannon was angled. If I just never stop running, they can't hurt me. I didn't expect that to work, if I'm honest. And then I jump right into the spark, thinking he wasn't gonna get it thrown fast enough. Well, we just pop up back here, so it's fine. Why did he die when I... I needed that. That was a power. Oh, you're Cutter, but I can't have that. Worth it. At least now I can do something. It's not really a great power in this game. Electricity is much better in a lot of the other games, but I can theoretically combine this with something. Do I have this one? Nope. Well, never mind. There went my electricity. I know if we had electric and cold, that's the refrigerator. I know we picked that up. Just a matter of identifying what ability some of these guys are. That was a no ability. Okay. Very helpful. I thought it might be Spike, so I was like, maybe I could get... I think it's Lightning Rod? But I don't think we even have Lightning Rod. Oh, God. Slime Jamboree. It is slime time, and I don't like it. But we're good. Nice and easy. Right, his helmet was a separate part from him. Ew. Sandwich. Things like sandwiches are exactly what part of why I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do the whole set today. I'm starting to get hungry, even though I thought I did it well in terms of making sure I wasn't gonna get hungry. Sometimes the hunger appears regardless of you eating a lot. It just is what it is. I know we don't need the card, but you know what? Oh, got the tomato. I thought when we were doing it before that the cards were checks. They are not, in fact, checks. They are irrelevant. Did everything here, it looks like. Still can't go anywhere here. Or did this not exist when we were here before? Yeah, no, we didn't have this available. We gained access to this probably by doing the stage we just did. This is unfortunate to not have a power for, though. Now there's two of them. Basically, they'll attack in a bunch of patterns based on the crystals that are there. And, you know, 3D shapes. Woo! Oh no! Kirby's in danger from the power of 3D. The third dimension is powerful. Ow. I shouldn't be such a smartass. You know what? That's fair. Considering I can do no damage to them right now. Okay, now we've reached the top. Now the fight changes. Now we can actually hurt them. Because you need to grab the correct one? No, it doesn't matter if it's the correct one. You just need to shoot at them at all, it seems. Red's gone. I really thought it needed to be color matched. Why am I remembering that? Or is it color match does more damage? Color match does more damage. As you can see, especially considering this is a Kirby game, this fight's not that hard. It's also only your second boss fight in the game. It can just be a little tricky sometimes when they're positioned poorly. They also do this nonsense where you can't really attack them with any effectiveness. Like, you can hit him while he's doing this, I do believe, but it's troublesome. Case in point, I missed. There we go. I was just having trouble getting the right height. That was a good one. Boss down. And that got us progressive light body for Crystal Project again. So more light armor, which is good. And this is how Kirby died in the desert. Never to be heard from again. A good thing that just summoning magic food has no consequences. Otherwise, there'd be some serious problems here. And there's the next area. Which is why we couldn't actually go there until we did that, because without the cutscene happening, I think you're not allowed to go to the next one. So we should have stages here now. Yep, there we go. Can get a lot more done in Kirby now. If the stages I'm doing don't make sense, by the way, it's because I do have my stages randomized. I'm pretty sure these are not in their intended order. Because I thought that'd be more fun. I have fire, right? Yes, I do. One of the few powers I do have. Don't have fire and rock. Okay. Good to know. Thankfully, the stage is riddled with fire, so... Double fire. I do have that, which is Phoenix. Right! We just got that today. Obviously, it has a drastic weakness, though, in that you're very vulnerable when it ends. Damn you. That guy's rock. I don't need rock. Oh, god damn it. Well, never mind. Yes, beep, 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 beep. I know. Why must you beep? Answer? Kirby's in danger. That's why he must beep. Huh? What are we doing here? Can I not proceed? Do I need something specific to proceed? I am concerned. I may not, in fact, have what I need to proceed here. Yeah, it's looking like a safe bet that I don't have what I need for this. Which means Kirby's actually stuck rather early then. Because even though this looks like a three-dimensional plane here, I can't actually go up or down. Like, I can't go around this pillar. This pillar is actually an obstruction. I think I actually need... I might need rock or something to get through there. I completely forgot that there were situations like this. I'm pretty sure I need to break this pillar in order to move forward, and I can't. So that's weird. You would think for literal just forward progress, you wouldn't need to do something like that. But you can only go forward, so I don't think that I missed something back here that I was supposed to do. I think it is rock and something. I think it is rock and fire that you need to get through there, though. I'm pretty sure we are just stuck until I get rock, which I do not have. So actually, let me do our first hint then. What do you mean nothing matches rock? Oh wait, I have basic rock, don't I? Hang on. Yeah, I do have basic stone. That's why that was saying no. But if I have basic stone, maybe that's all I need. Hang on, let's try. I just don't have a lot of stone's combo abilities. No, it looks like it does need to be a combo ability because that's not working. And rolling into the lava just hurts me. So yeah, I think we might be SOL here. But we can go to the other stages. At least clean those up. So it's not like Kirby's not going anywhere, just Kirby's going reduced places. Oh right, we used this before, yeah. The lightning murder ball. Which is very helpful. wonder if this would work on that stage we were having a problem with. Because you would think hitting with something that is essentially a magnetized wrecking ball would work. But what I might end up doing is just cleaning up the stages we have available other than that problem, and then just wrapping up for the day. So we'd end up at like the 6.5 hour mark or so, probably. Because if I know if I pop into Spyro, I'm gonna end up staying there for like an hour and change, because we've opened up a fair amount in that. And since we're done with one of the games, we're guaranteed to have plenty of time for next week, so it's not like it'll be an issue. If we knew for a fact something was waiting behind Spyro progress, I would obviously be much more proactive about that. But since the only one impeded by this is me, I'm not too concerned about it. Resist shifter. Kirby dies for that one, but that's okay. Oh, right. The not okay part is we did lose our power. Dying, which is annoying. Ow. Oh, right, I can't vacuum them up. I think they're technically ghosts. I think there's a whole thing here where I might be intended to light all these lamps. Thankfully, you can just leave, so I'm not gonna worry about it. The fact there was a crystal shard in here, too, makes me not think that there's actually anything significant to do in that room. But maybe they doubled up. Wouldn't be unheard of. Seems unlikely, not unheard of. I thought I was gonna need stone to be able to push that down. No, that's just trying to kill me. Understood. Have a day. Oh, we do have the bear trap. Which... Can I just say that it looks horrifying when it's not Kirby's natural color? Like, his body is green and then suddenly these horrible pink things comes swinging out the sides of him. That just seems unnatural. Not that there's a lot of things that are natural about Kirby either, but, you know. It's effective, at least. Can't deny that. Nom nom nom. Nom. Nom 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 nom. Just don't activate the platform. Don't need to deal with it. Not gonna deal with it. Oh, right. Stairs are up here. I was like, please tell me this is not another spot where I need a power I don't have. Just a happy guy going on a journey. Suddenly teeth! This just will not stop both being funny and horrifying at the same time every time those teeth just pop out. Pazzy, thank you for the raid. What were you up to today, bud? How y'all been? Hopefully all went well and you had a good time. We're just working our way through some Kirby 64 alongside all of the other things for this archipelago I've been doing. Howdy, Free. For those who don't know what an archipelago is, basically I've mashed a bunch of games together and the stuff from them is scattered between them. Which is why Kirby's not making any sense right now. And it seems like I am lacking for what I need to open this pathway as well. Joyous day. Is for everybody coming in late, a lot of Kirby's abilities are not available because they're all in the other games. The set of games this time being Bomberman Hero is still left, Crystal Project, and Spyro 3. We had Grim Dawn, but I finished what I needed for that. So that was a whole thing. I appear to be lacking in what I need, which is a problem. Means I'm just going to leave this stage too. I forgot that they hit a point where they start needing specific powers to proceed in the stage. For some reason I was only remembering needing them for proceeding with extra things. That goes to show what happens when it's been a very long time. Oh, Stone Kirby. Show them what the power of stone is. I mean, that is probably one of the better choices you could have, so really that works out. Like, almost every Kirby game is solid, but some are definitely better than others. There you go. There's your text version of what I was just talking about, if people want a confirmation of what I was babbling about. There we go, we got Big Stone. Which I think I need for this? No, this is something else to get past that barrier. Which we do need that Crystal Shard, potentially, because it is a check that might be quite literally anything. It could be a fire-up for Bomberman Hero, it could be a stage for Bomberman Hero, it could be gear for Crystal Project, it could be anything. It could even be something for Kirby himself. It could be one of my own powers that I'm missing. It is a complicated situation, all things considered. It's a shame that Statue Kirby cannot jump. But at the same time, being this big and made of stone would make jumping difficult. Yeah, I've never finished this myself, just like anything else that's in this archipelago for anybody coming in later along. It's been a whole thing. And of course, Pazzy, if you need to raid and run, please make sure to do so. Taking care of yourself is always the first priority. That goes for anybody that came in as well. I'm a little off-kilter at this point because, you know, 6 hours of dealing with randomized gameplay might do you in a little bit. Well, speaking of raids, Crimson, thank you for the raid as well. You were still doing more Kingdom Hearts related things, correct? I seem to recall that's what your notification said you were doing. Hopefully we're still having a good time with it, and all is well with you. As you might have caught me saying a moment ago, if you also need to raid and run, please make sure to do so. Taking care of yourself should always be your first priority. But it's always great to see you. Look at that emote go. I take it you've gotten some new emotes. Ah. Very good, very good. We're just playing some Kirby 64 to round out the Archipelago batch for today. All randomized, all silly nonsense. Excellent. Always gotta catch up the emotes to match the new thing you're doing. Guess those were just blocks. Perhaps I misunderstood something. Perhaps I didn't, though. Kirby is sometimes just that simple. The world may never know. But I'll go back over the Archipelago thing right fast for those coming in from Crimson's side of things. Basically, all 5 of the games that are connected together here have all their items mixed amongst them. I could pick up a Crystal Shard here in Kirby, and it could be an item for Crystal Project, or for Bomberman Hero, or Spyro. There was Grim Dawn as well, but that one's done. We finished that earlier today. And that's the short version of how all this works. If anyone needs a more detailed explanation, they are more than welcome to ask. Oh, and the stage layout here in Kirby is randomized specifically. And the only other bit of information you need is I'm missing a lot of Kirby's abilities. Like, we can't actually use, like, default Spike right now, for example. Because we need to go find it in either this world or one of the other ones. Where is it? Who knows? Bet you thought I was falling to my death there. Also, look, the stones say Kirby. They knew of his coming. It was foretold. Ow. My pain was also foretold. I'm terrible at that jump. I don't remember how to do it correctly. There we go, there's another stage. Now you'll notice I did this stage and it opened this stage. It's weird. Everything about this is weird. Because I purposely made everything as weird as possible. Well, to keep things interesting. Because, you know, plenty of people have played Kirby 64, but not everybody can say, oh no, I did... Wait. This is the stage I just did. Why? Right, because I didn't pick up any of the shards. That's why. It has opened them in incorrect order before, so I just assumed it did it again. For anybody wondering, I am tired. So bear with me. 6 hours of this, it definitely starts to take away from your brain a little bit. But we press on. The adventure must continue. We'll just continue to crush our enemies with giant boulder Kirby. This is one of the more reliable things we have. Things I know I have is the Phoenix ability that's two fires combined. Also, y'all just got here. Let's not have you deal with ads. Get that out of here. None of that. No ads for you. Also, completing Neostar 3 was a tincture for Crystal Project, giving you a perfect example of how that works. You should be able to see that tracker just fine down there in the bottom right. That'll tell you whatever or anything that I end up picking up is. Like, these food items obviously are still food items. It's just the shards and stage completions here in Kirby that count for giving out things to other games. Oh, right, isn't this the one where the sand starts filling this place up later on in the stage? I feel like that's what this stage is. There's the crystal shard right there, which got us progressive staff for Crystal Project. For those who don't know what Crystal Project is, it is a mostly standard RPG with a lot of jumping around as one of its main things, in addition to being just a standard RPG. It's also got a nice job system and everything. The important thing about those progressive staves and such is that is a weapon, for example. And there's been a lot of progressive armor and such coming through. An item being progressive means it's just gets to be a better version of that each time you pick up that item. It's an Archipelago specific thing. And Crystal Shard for Kirby, so our own Crystal Shard was in there. Yeah, and here's where the sand's filling up. We got an auto-scroller on our hands. Actually, progressive items is just a randomizer thing, not just specifically Archipelago, but you know what I mean. You understand what I'm babbling about. And if you don't, somebody can explain it. Somebody will be able to explain it much better than I can, and consider my words are leaving me at this point. Okay, you can either climb these ladders or just use Kirby's natural flight to stay ahead of this. It's really not that hard an auto-scroller. We just gotta wait. There we go. Hi, Waddle Dee. So, fun fact, Waddle Dee was not available until we found him earlier today. So, if we had done this stage without having found him, which we literally wouldn't have been able to do because we needed him for an earlier stage, we actually would have been trapped there. Very interesting, all things considered. The way games change because of randomizers. We... And roll high! You'll notice I'm not taking damage, but I'm getting knocked back by those. They would ordinarily damage me, but Rock Kirby is immune to such nonsense. Another reason to stay in Rock Kirby form, like, all the time right now. And there we go, another stage done. Rock Kirby might be what I need to get through the thing that was impeding us in that other stage. But we did get access to the boss, so we might be okay. I don't know if Rock Kirby's really the choice here, but you know what? It'll work. Depth charge away! Because, you know, that's how you fight underwater, right? You just drop rocks on somebody. Which actually probably would be fairly effective. My power's back. I was getting bumped around, so I couldn't actually manifest my rock form. Die. We did it. We destroyed the ecosystem, hooray! Kirby, he's a monster, as usual. Ruining everything around him. All for the purposes of doing whatever task he's doing at the time. So, by the way, you thought that was over? It isn't. It's gained the ability to fire torpedoes now, and it's back for revenge. And that's why you gotta be careful trying to go for him at the bottom of the screen like that. I'm gonna go ahead and snooze the ad again, because I'm just gonna use up all my snoozes at this point, basically. Honestly, this fight's doable without any powers. I'd actually be safer to do it without any powers. Basically, he just spits junk at you, you shoot it back at him. You just need to not grab a Gordo. It will end poorly for you if you grab a Gordo. Now, the downside is this is gonna be slower than pummeling him with rocks. So I can't attack him while he's doing some of his moves. And I also missed my one shot because I didn't account for the slowdown in the water. So I might have been able to absorb the stone and actually get stone power back from that. That damn tail whipped me. I couldn't get Kirby to go down any faster, for those wondering. It's like, why didn't you grab the stone? I couldn't. Kirby was not fast enough. Okay, no, those stones are fake, apparently. Good to know. Gordo's okay. Of course you stayed low that time. Of course you did, you bastard fish. Yep, now we're doing this again. Oh, the excitement. I really should have went and grabbed a power-up. Probably go, like, grab fire or something and just roast the fish. God, those don't stay around for very long. Come on. Yeah. Got him. On the bright side, when he starts firing the torpedoes, they'll be a lot easier to grab. It's gonna be a little dangerous to grab and fire those at him, but we'll be able to make it work. Thankfully, the falling ceiling, I think, doesn't actually hurt us. I've just been avoiding it out of habit. I think those would give me Spike as well, which would be great for this fight compared to what we have, which is nothing. But I don't have Spike available. Thankfully, unlike a lot of Kirby games, you also can swim with something in your stomach. In a bunch of other Kirby games, you just sink when you have something in you, and it's a problem. The underwater controls really are just like that little bit sluggish that makes it hard to avoid things. And then, you know, I just sail into him like that because I thought that was a good idea. Anyway, he's dead now. Long live the Kirby. Which got us... fresh salmon. You know what? That's actually funny. I accept these charges. Yeah, I think as long as we defeat the boss of the world, we can move on without needing to worry about finishing all the stages. It does mean we'll miss out on a couple potential checks. And Kirby has now drowned. Goodbye, Kirby. You will not be missed. And he has returned. Which is why he won't be missed. It all makes sense. Now off to Neo Star, which we just have Shiver Star and Ripple Star left in terms of direct worlds. Which is why I was saying that Kirby's probably going to be the next game beaten. Is all I need to do to beat Kirby 64 as far as Archipelago goes is beat all 6 bosses and then beat the final fight. That's all I gotta do. So not too bad, all things considered. Technically, I think I get to go to this stage and then trigger the boss fight as well. Okay, I got 1 snooze left, so there you go. There's your 1 snooze that's left. Please God forbid Twitch let us have a voluntary amount of those. In fact, let's test that. Let's see if I can actually go straight to the boss. Oh, it's this stage. This ordinarily would have been in the world we were just in, but my stages are randomized, so... we're here now. I believe this would have been an Aqua Star stage. Pretty sure this is Aqua Star. Oh, how do I get this thing to open? Oh, right, I don't make it open up. I bust through here. I don't have a power for right now, so... Fire, I don't think opens that, no. But it's at least a power, so you know what, I'll take it. Back. Let's double up. Now we have Phoenix. Fire! Fire! There's food back there. No, 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 no. No. Missed it. Got him, though. Now, you would think there'd be holes in the ceiling because of where the sand's coming from, but there isn't. All lies. Stone is grinding above us in real time, generating all this sand. I don't think this will open this pathway either. That's another shard we'll have to come back for then. And you know what? That's just how it be sometimes. When you don't remember what you need anywhere ever, and you fumble powers on the regular basis, it ends up being a problem. Now, you might think going down this hole is a bad idea, and you'd be right, but unfortunately, that's where we need to go. Which really shouldn't surprise anybody, because Kirby is full of bad ideas. He makes very interesting life choices on a regular basis. And we're dead, because I couldn't recover to use Phoenix again fast enough. What I should have done was actually stick with just basic fire, but I wanted to be funny. I believe these ordinarily would give you Cutter, but obviously I don't have Cutter, so... But all you gotta do is defeat the big one primarily. And then the path opens up. Shard. A very easy to miss one. Z potion for Crystal Project. You may notice a lot of things going to Crystal Project. That's because it's got over 1,000 more checks than the other games and a lot more items than all of the other games combined. Is, you know, RPG versus multiple small little platformers and one action RPG, which I was only doing Act 1 of Grim Dawn, so it was nowhere near as many items there either. I actually want the ice. I think we have ice. Nope, we don't have ice. We have some of the powers that are combined using ice, and you can use the combo without having the base of it, which is interesting. At least I think we can. I feel like I did. But at the same time, I don't know what's going on half the time today, so don't take what I'm saying as any guarantee of anything. There we go. I was like, I'm pretty sure that hole is progress. That one is not, though. That one's full of an antlion. You don't want that one. Or that one. That hurts the Kirby. Get back here, coward. There we go. Extra life. Sometimes when Kirby's just walking along the ground in a water stage, I really think that it's just not a water stage anymore. Anything up above? Nope. Okay, very good. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to deal with the ads now because I can't keep stopping them. But I did my best to buy y'all some time so you could actually get acclimated before the ads hit you. Yep. You've already seen it, but if you grab enough stars, you gain an extra life, so it's worth grabbing these whenever you see them. Kirby games are not really known for being super difficult, but you've seen me die enough times already that you can tell that I need a few. Notice how those bones were solid, considering I bumped into the corner of them. It matters to avoid those, because otherwise you get sent all the way back down. Possibly even to your death. That, as you might imagine, will impede your progress immensely. That's what I was looking for when I checked up in the other tunnel. I kind of figured there'd be a shard at the top of one of these. And the shield for Crystal Project. We don't have any classes in that game that use shields right now, I don't think. So that's probably the least useful thing we could have gotten there. And nuts for Crystal Project. Okay, yeah, we do need to beat more of the stages to open up the boss. Well, while the ads run, I'm not gonna clear another stage. We're gonna take a moment here, play catch up on everything that's been going on. Now, it's worth noting that upcoming things in particular are going to be a little bit interesting, because I may very well be swapping to doing an event next week instead of regular schedule. There's a very real possibility we won't actually continue Dark Souls 2 on this Tuesday, depending on how I want to end up rolling this idea, which is part of why there's not going to be a collab next week, for example. Now, if it all goes according to my planning, it's going to be another clear-a-thon. But there is going to be a little bit of a twist on it this time. The idea being y'all will be able to increase or decrease the amount of games I need to beat before the timer runs out on it this time. And that's going to be the main gimmick other than just the timer being there. So it'll be fairly simple. No, like adding this, adding that, moving things around, requesting games, or any of that. I figure keeping it simple will make it more effective this time. It'll still be time capped per day and all of that as before. Business as usual, basically. Now, there's no guarantee that I'm actually going to do that this week. That's where the iffy bit comes in, because I'm not the most confident in the list I've built yet. So there's a chance that that'll change. But the idea is to start it on Monday and have it just be like that week's thing. Outside of probably hopping back to this by the end of the week just to make sure that this doesn't get left by the wayside for too long. Because I don't intend for it to be an all-week event, but it could end up being an all-week event, depending on how much y'all decide to keep it going for. And what I'll more than likely do is set the goal low at first, and y'all can inflate it or deflate it as you see fit. Is going to be the main mechanic. Meanwhile, Christmas. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. And invade Santa's workshop. His Kirby must consume all of the presents. Wow, Santa's really industrialized, huh? Ow. Oh, right. Drop down through these. Shard. I'll get shard. Probably through like a hole in the wall down here somewhere. Yep, right here. No, no, not right here. That's the right idea. Oh. Clearly I need to break these boxes. But how do I break these boxes? Like, the cannons don't reach that far. I can't get in there to hit them. So I need an ability that I don't have. Probably an ability I don't have access to at all either. So that shard's gonna just have to stay there. I think I have Fire Arrow, but I don't think Fire Arrow would work for that. Check. Dirt. Oh, I can't go back anyway. Never mind. I wanted to respawn the Axeman. Oh. Oh, actually, isn't it fire and spike, not fire and cutter for Fire Arrow anyway? Yeah, this is Flame Sword, which this is a delightful power to have anyway. So I think I don't have what I need to progress here either. Going to the beach with my sword. Fear my fire sword. Wow. The good thing Kirby can just manifest new swords when he misses. Also, it's very weird how he turns back to default pink for the animation. Is the people that added these additional palettes did not actually fix the animations completely, it seems. It gets very weird at times. But it kind of works for the fire sword, because it looks like he just kind of heats up when the sword's coming out. So it actually makes a degree of sense. it ends up at least being something, you know? Whack. Whack. Whack them all. Whack. Whack. Whack them all. Look at him just jamming back there as his friend dies. He's just having a great time. It's like, haha, that guy was actually a dick. Aha, to hell with him. I'm glad he's dead. You'll never see me mourn him. Wow. Are you sure you're not the one that's a dick? Goddamn. Excessive much? What did he even do to you anyway? He took my parking place. Really? No, that's what it's about? Yes. Okay. You do you, buddy. Missed it. Somehow hit it. Okay. Not gonna argue with it. And at the end of the day, can't fly with sword. You would think Kirby could, but he can't. He can do many things, but flying with a sword in his hand is not one of them. Yeah, I guess it's just too big. As I was gonna say, otherwise, it doesn't make sense that he can't fly with that when he can fly with regular sword Kirby. But that's a much smaller sword. That makes a degree of sense. Maybe not all of the sense, but a degree of sense. Much like anything else in this game, or any Kirby game, it only makes partial sense. I think this just falls down to where the cake was. Oh, nope. Haha! I was right to check. Unfortunately, I think there is something under this rock pile. Oh no, it's just the way back up. Never mind. I guess it was just for a Maxim tomato. They want me dead. Goddamn. Rude. Guess there was something that didn't render properly, or an invisible enemy? I heard a noise, but I don't see anything, and I can't move. So I'm missing what I need for there. I don't know what it is that I need for there, but I'm missing whatever it is. Meanwhile, back to happy winter times. Which, boy, am I missing right now, considering it's like 80 degrees here today again. Which is misery. I don't know if I have bomb. Bomb might be something I need for multiple places recently. Because usually it's either stone, hammer, or bomb you need to break things open. Do not have bomb. Okay. I perhaps have cutter and bomb, though. I do! So I have exploding ninja stars. Okay, that works. I can work with that. These are actually really good. Because as you saw, it stuns enemies when they get hit by them. And this also will probably work for breaking things open. So that would be effective. You also can do, like, weird floating with it. Yep. So if you need to float for a little while without using the air intake, you can do that. I got flattened. Kirby's already basically two-dimensional. You don't need to flatten him further. Just a diamond ore. Now note that this was Shiver Star 3 here. Reminding you once again that my stages are randomized, and it's all just weird. Ding! Elevator going up. Nice, 2-for-1 special. And up another elevator. Ice cream. Give me the iced cream. Frogs will consume Kirby. He does not wish to be consumed. He is only the consumer. And I don't mean in the capitalist sense, most of the time. I couldn't get clear of that. I thought I could. Thought I couldn't. Ow. No, my power! Come back! Really thought I was out of time on that one. That was about to be real bad. Because there's more bombers up here, but there wouldn't have been the other half. So I might have had the ability to make use of double bomb. I don't actually know if I did or not. Anyway, you see why these are useful now. Because we just bullied that spider into oblivion. And air room for Bomber Drax. So we got another stage for Bomberman Hero when we come back to that later. Later being next week, probably. Considering buttons. I think there's a code to this, but I don't have the code. I also need rock, I think, to press the buttons. Starting to get the precision back a bit. Go, Kirby, run for your life before the furniture gets you. I stopped at too awkward a point. I had to jump over that one. I went down here hoping to avoid the frog, and instead I got crab. And still got frog. Okay, that's indestructible, it seems. Or I just missed, but it really seemed like I hit it. Ow. As long as I don't lose my power, it doesn't matter. Not want the electro thing to touch me. It will hurt me. It will make me sad. You do not want a sad Kirby. A sad Kirby eats his feelings, which means your planet will be in danger. Gotta go right now. Gotta go. Ow. Gotta go get a sandwich. There we go. You know, I watched that one fly towards me and I just kind of sat there thinking about it anyway. Like, oh, it'll miss. It won't hit me. Immediately gets walloped. It won't hit me hard. There we go. Another stage is cleared. Oh, come on. I'm sad too, Kirby. That was awful. Landing right next to it. Okay, we did everything except this stage now, and we can't do this stage because of a thing we're missing. So that's all Kirby can do at the moment, I guess, until I get other powers. I might be able to do some of the stuff I was looking at with the power I have. With the star power. Like, I'll go back and see if it lets me through that pillar. I just need to not lose this power. He says he gets promptly rocked. Need to not lose another hit, I think. I think it's one more, and why did I just kind of bounce off of that? Like, I didn't take a hit from it, I just kind of got stopped in midair that time. It was weird. Gotta kind of take it a little bit safe here. Otherwise, our power is in jeopardy. And I don't mean we're good at trivia. Oh wow, I landed that hit. Look at me go. Can't actually see them moving, so it's hard to tell whether I'll land the hit until it makes contact. Nice. There we go. We've restored most of our health, which is great. No. Also no. Have you considered no? Okay, I think we're in the room we need to be in. I knew there was another one in here, that's why I was staying up there. Really? Well, that's upsetting. Well, so much for that solution to my problems, huh? Really thought that was the answer. Because you can see that there's a seam in the pillar here, so I thought I needed to, like, blast a hole in it. Turns out not so much. Well, that becomes a problem for another day, then. It's not been that long after those raids, and that is unfortunate, but we are almost 7 hours in, and I'm feeling done. We didn't get the Spyro today, and that's just gonna be what it is. Gotta figure out where we're going. Just unrolling the list, figuring out what I'm doing here. But didn't they? Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, that is exactly what's happening there. Interesting. Hmm. Just scouting out various people's things to figure out where I want to send us today. But, reminder about upcoming schedule, it may all be turned on its head because I might end up doing another clearathon next week. I have not fully committed to that decision because there's been some problems with the list. But that is the current intention, is to make Manifest another clearathon because I want to do another one. And it seems like a good time to do it. As mentioned, that is going to potentially derail a chunk of next week's schedule, if not all of next week's schedule. And I will actually be in a collab off stream on Wednesday. I will not be streaming it because I do not stream on Wednesdays, and I don't know how long I'm going to be a part of it for. But I had agreed to join a headliners lobby on this Wednesday coming up. So bear that in mind. I will try to remember to announce it on socials, but you may or may not end up seeing it. I'm not going to be streaming it because I don't want to stream 6 days in a row next week. That would be a little much. I'm probably gonna just exist there, be around for a few attempts and such, and then go on my merry way after a while. Is more than likely how that's gonna play out. How it will actually play out, good question. That is an interesting conversation to have popped my head in on, and we're not gonna deal with that right now. There's a lot of very interesting things happening in the various places I'm popping into at the moment to decide where we're gonna end up heading off to. Honestly, not really the strongest options at the moment. Tell you what, we're gonna line it up between you because you're an easy choice, and where'd the other easy choice go? Disappeared. I hate it when somebody just vanishes into the ether. Let me check this one before I say that's an easy choice. Because of what they're doing right now, they might be in an awkward position for it. Yeah, I don't think that would be a good jump-in point. Okay, we'll go with the one I was thinking about first, then. We'll go see Vixen, who's playing some Minecraft. That'll be fine. Looks like they're doing puzzle maps of some description. So, thank you all so much for taking the time to be here. Thank you for all of the raids today. It's been quite a busy one, apparently. Not quite as long as I'd intended today to be, but, you know, when the energy runs out, the energy runs out. You don't push it. Yeah, we'll see what the schedule ends up being for next week, considering the nature of whether the clearathon will happen or not. If it doesn't happen next week, it'll probably happen the week after. More than likely, though, I won't start Final Fantasy III next week if I don't do the clearathon, because I don't want to start it and then have the clearathon interrupt it. So if you see me start Final Fantasy III next week, understand that that means the clearathon's probably getting postponed till next month because of issues with the list and things like that. We'll go ahead and get that timer started so we can get on our way over to Vixen, and we will sort things out as the time goes by, which will end up being me figuring things out between tonight, tomorrow, oh, more or less. It'll be good to Vixen, she's good people, and I'll see y'all on Monday one way or the other. Good night, everybody.